So, yeah, I'm sorry. I love food. Yeah, if y'all didn't know, food was like my comfort. But back to the story. So when they give me the date that I have to close, I end up going back to Tampa. We were in a hotel room, and I signed all the closing papers on my lunch break. My brother and my kids are like moving in our stuff into the new house, and I go back to the hotel room and just kind of finish my time at work. And then when I'm done at work, I go shoot to the house to help them clean up, like cleanse all the like bad spirits and all that other stuff if there was any in that house. So I'm getting comfortable, and I had to come out the pocket. I think like I'm gonna say like $9,000 to $10,000 out of my own pocket because all the funding during COVID had completely stopped. So they was not giving out any funding for the first home buyers. So they ended up having to still take out like a second loan plus the 10,000 that I had to put in. So so I ended up still having like $3,000 $4,000 left over. That's how much money I saved. Thank God to the empowerment program because them 6 months, like I just put into my savings account because I don't even know how I was gonna be able to pay for all of that if I wasn't be able to save. So I ended up buying all the kids new beds, got them dressers, got them all 50 inches TV. And like the the two youngest girls, they ended up getting a bunk bed. Then my son a brand new bed, and then my two oldest girl, I got regular twin size beds because I thought they were too old for bunk beds. Got them TVs in their room. I had a TV in the living room. I just didn't have a couch. So Tasha and Jessica, finds I tell them, I closed on my house and everything. They say they're gonna stop by that weekend, and which I thought this was strange because how much Tasha and Isabel talked. You would have thought she would have told Isabel like, come with us to go see Ludy's house, but she never did that. And I say that for a reason, so keep that in mind. Now this is still in 2020. This is still in 2020. So when they come over, they're checking. Like I said, when you come to the front of my door, like you wouldn't think it's as big as it is until you walk in. So they're like, "Oh my God, your house is so big, it's so nice." Blase Suaze. I'm walking them around, taking them to because my backyard was huge, was so huge. I had so many plans for that backyard, like so many plans. Like at first, cause the whatchamacallit, the fire pit. I didn't like it. I hated it. I hated it because I didn't know how to grill, and then it was just there. But then, like towards the end of the story, you're gonna find out why I decided not to take it down anymore. So they ended up leaving, and I'm there. I'm working. Like really like in awe because I finally made it. I finally made it. Like I finally did something beside these children. Like we have our own house. Like we don't have to worry about getting kicked out or me having to leave or whatever. My kids are gonna finally have like a childhood home and a childhood neighborhood because I never had that. So I was happy that now we wouldn't have to move, like, because it was like every year we was constantly moving, constantly moving. So then, um, the first person I had children with ends up calling me. Like, mind you, he didn't even come during the summer because by this time they were back in school, but they were still doing school online. So of course my chest is big, and you the one who said I was always gonna stay in poverty. I mean, the neighborhood that I was in wasn't like upper class or anything, but it was still a decent neighborhood because it was family oriented. It was like mostly like black and Spanish people. So he was like, "Oh, I'm here at your old apartment. You're not here. Where are you?" So I was like, "Oh, so this is the first place that you don't even know where I stay at. Oh, okay." But just to show him just to show him how I still made it with 6 kids by myself, and how you kept wishing poverty on me, how you kept wishing me to be poor all my life. So I said, "Oh no, we just moved into our house a couple of weeks ago. I'll send you the address." I sure did. I sure did send him my address, because one, now you have nothing to say. Now you have nothing to say. So when he gets to the door, he's like, he wants to make sure my son gets into football, and like, start he wants to build a relationship with him. So I'm like, okay. He's like, he's planning to get my son a car once he start driving. I said, okay, don't say that to him. If you want a relationship with him, just say that you're coming back, and you want a relationship with him. You want to try to fix whatever you broke. So of course my son don't want to see him. My daughter's like, she not rocking with him like that or whatever. So I say, yeah, dad's here. Well, they're like really upset that he's there. So when he goes out, he's talking to them. He's like, "Oh, y'all still got that attitude. Y'all still, upset or whatever." And they just looking at him like, "What do you want? We want to go back into our rules." You know what I'm saying? So he proceeds to tell my son like, "Oh, if you don't start acting right, I was planning to get you a car, but since you want to still have this attitude." And I just looked at him. I'm like, this is exactly why my kids get everything that they want and everything that they need, because nobody is going to throw anything in their face thinking that they're going to swing in